It is true that conflict derails economic, social and cultural development, and lack of peace affects everyone, regardless of ethnicity, age, gender, and socioeconomic status. The 2007-2008 post-poll chaos will remain in our memory for a long time. The disputed elections led to the worst violence known in Kenya's history. It is estimated that over 160,000 students and 350 teachers were displaced. It is against this background that former President Mwai Kibaki launched the National Conference on Peaceful Elections in August ahead of the March 2013 general elections.
As we approach the elections, the government will use the education sector as an important avenue for the promotion of a culture of peace amongst Kenyans.
In February 2008, the Ministry of Education, in partnership with UNICEF, Daima Initiative for Peace and Development, DiPaD, among others, rolled out a peace education program to school children that traversed Kenya's 47 counties ahead of the March 2013 general elections.
Peace, my brother. Peace, my sister. Peace, my soul. Together we live in peace.
DiPaD was mainly the implementing partner, and we partnered with UNICEF and the Ministry of Education to carry out these activities in schools. So it was a kind of a partnership between the civil society, represented by DiPaD, the government, represented by the Ministry of Education, and an international organization like UNICEF, which each played a different role, in the sense that UNICEF were the funders, the Ministry of Education provided the structures, and DiPaD provided the technical assistance.
If we expect something may happen in this country because of the election, we should be able to play a role to prevent it, because we work for the education sector. We can educate children, we can send messages. That's how we started to initiate the conceptualization of our peace campaign.
There was a realization that the only persons that could give out a better idea of peace were the children. And how to reach the children? We had to reach the schools. And for us to be in schools, we had to involve the teachers. So the teachers were involved, and that is how they came into being trained.
The campaign was based on Article 10 of the Constitution of Kenya, which outlines our national values and principles of governance.
It is better for me to comment about the voice of the children. This is what the Ministry of Education really wanted to be understood. The children would talk through song, through dance, through acting, and all types of initiatives that would come in to help the idea of peace.
To bring peace and harmony, education for peace. Walio na masikio na waweze sikia, Kenya yako naipenda kama jana na pete. The whole nation will be noted, and I ask a piece of an egg or a whole egg. Tudumishe amani na upendo, utulivu, heshima na hekima.
This campaign is also intended to help learners at an early age acquire skills for promoting harmonious coexistence, interdependence, respect for the sanctity of human life, appreciating the environment.
So most of those messages were creatively done by the students with the guidance of the teachers based on the guidelines that we provided. And as a result, the teachers were able to organize at least a group of students to do very, very good convincing poetry. Some came up with very good songs. And also there was a theme song that we had developed.
Tribalism affected most parts in Kenya during the post-election violence. People fought each other for nothing. So we should all know that we are Kenyans So we should all know that we are Kenyans. Let's promote peace. Let's fight tribalism.
What is the role of teachers? What can we as teachers do?
As part of the program, teachers were trained on the meaning of peace education before transmitting the knowledge to the children.
Teachers operate within the educational framework which over time has been recognized as an instrument of fostering harmonious coexistence.
What would happen is the teachers now went back in their respective schools and they were to put up either, each teacher was to choose an area where they were comfortable in. And most of the teachers we are trained are teachers who did either drama or music and were involved in some form of creative art.
The tactics we used included things like talking to them, constructing songs, poems, so that we can be able to preach this message to them. You know, children like singing, children like talking when they're talking to teachers. So sometimes we would talk to them, especially when we see that they are developing some tension between them. We would talk to them and encourage them.
The message had reached home, and we also try to mix them. You see, as they sit on a desk, you could find one tribe sitting together, but then we came up with a method whereby you put this tribe, this tribe, this tribe, and they were to sit together, and they were to consult, they were to share whatever they had.
The main activities of the campaign comprised Peace Torch relay activities at county level across the 47 counties, culminating in peace education campaign forums. Peace awareness caravan in selected districts in collaboration with the National Youth Talent Academy. Establishment of peace zones in schools. Planting trees of peace in designated peace zones.
The idea of the peace zones came up to kind of be able to segregate schools as a way of a place of safety. And this also comes from the idea that most people, when they approach a school compound, they do not visualize that this is an environment where there are children, and children are vulnerable. So we wanted to make the communities around schools to be conscious that when you are in a school compound is a place where there are young minds, there are children who are vulnerable there, and actions of violence should not be encouraged at all.
The Peace Caravan was a procession of students carrying the peace torch to spread the message of peace in the counties. After going around the country, the peace torch returned to Nairobi, where it was received by the President at the State House.
I take note that this important forum is coming just 1 week to the general election. I appeal to each one of you to reach out to your fellow Kenyans and spread the word peace.
The peace torch remains a rallying symbol of respect, unity, and peaceful coexistence. The peace campaign ran for 1 year from 2012 through 2013, covering the election period.